Chapter 2. The Gathering Storm. Butangi Fights Back. In Butangi, silence is no longer a refuge. The whispers of rebellion have grown into a song of defiance. Mwelusi has spoken, and his words echo across the land like thunder before the storm. But storms bring more than rain. They bring destruction, they test resolve, and they reveal who will stand and who will fall. The village Butangi, fields are dry and cracked, thin trails of smoke rising from far-off hills. The well, Kisimani, sits at the center of the square, surrounded by villagers, their faces weary yet determined. Children play barefoot in the dust, oblivious to the rising tension. Mwelusi stands on a raised stone near the well, his staff gripped tightly. He scans the crowd, faces etched with grief, fear, and flickers of hope.
This well has given to us for generations. It has heard our laughter, carried our songs, and now it tastes our tears. Kisimani belongs to Butangi, not to Bokono's greed, not to his men, and not to his poisons.
The crowd listens intently. Some women wipe tears as men nod, clenching their fists. Mama Tumani is holding her woven cloth, her face a mix of pain and fire.
They took my son because he dared to speak truth. They poisoned our rivers because we dared to live. My boy was brave, and if they come for us again, I will stand where he stood.
A ripple of murmurs runs through the crowd. Nyoka steps forward, holding his cracked smartphone aloft, displaying images. Polluted streams, Bokono's factories, and starving children. The crowd gasps.
Look at this. Look at what they hide from you. While we drink filth, Bokono feasts. While we work the fields, he builds walls. They have bled Butangi dry. But we are not dead. We are Butangi. We are still here.
The crowd stirs. Years of silence sit like stones in their chests. But the stones begin to move. Cracks appear. A song of freedom stirs in the dust beneath their feet. Amani steps forward, clutching a jug of dirty water from Kisimani. She lifts it high, her voice clear and cutting through the noise like a blade.
This is our reality. Dirty water, poisoned air, and silence. For too long they have told us to wait, to pray. But what God answers those who do not act? We will march, we will speak, and the world will hear us. Bokono will hear us.
She pours the dirty water onto the ground, the mud splashing against the cracked earth. The villagers gasp. Some cheer softly. Others exchange nervous glances. A young boy clutches his mother's hand, staring wide-eyed at the scene. Suddenly, the rumble of engines breaks through the air like distant thunder. A plume of dust rises from the road leading to the square. The crowd turns, their voices falling silent. Bokono's men are coming. Trucks painted in dull gray crawl toward Butangi. Soldiers in faded uniforms, batons clutched in gloved hands, ride in the back. The sound of engines grows louder, like the growl of an approaching beast. The villagers freeze in place. Children are pulled behind mothers' skirts. Nyoka grips his phone tighter, recording the moment. Mama Tumani does not move, her face set like stone. Mwelusi raises his staff, his voice calm but commanding.
Hold your ground. They come with threats, but we hold the truth. Stand tall, Butangi. Let them see that we are not afraid.
The soldiers jump from the trucks, shouting commands to disperse the crowd. Their voices are harsh, their boots heavy as they stomp toward the villagers. Some villagers take steps back, fear flickering in their eyes. A young soldier approaches Mwelusi, sneering. He speaks with arrogance, waving his baton toward the crowd.
Old man, take your people home. Bokono does not like troublemakers. Do you want your well taken too?
This well belongs to Butangi. It was ours before Bokono's name was ever spoken. You will not take it from us.
The soldier lifts his baton threateningly, but Nyoka steps forward, holding up his phone, the screen glowing.
We are recording. The world is watching. Let them see how you silence Butangi.
The soldier pauses, glancing at the phone, uncertainty flickering in his gaze. The power of truth hangs between them, fragile as a flame. Amani, standing beside Mwelusi, lifts her jug of dirty water and flings it at the soldier's feet.
This is what you have done. You bring poison, not peace. You call us troublemakers, but we are only fighting for what is ours.
The soldiers hesitate, unsure whether to advance or retreat. The villagers, emboldened, begin to murmur loudly, their voices rising into a chant. Butangi, Butangi, Butangi. Mwelusi, his face aglow with pride as he watches his people rise. The soldiers back away slowly, shouting orders to regroup. The trucks rumble to life, engines groan as they turn back toward the horizon. The storm has not yet broken, but the first winds have come. Bokono's men will return. They will come with force, with threats. But today, Butangi stood as one. The villagers cheering softly, their faces filled with new strength. Mwelusi raises his staff toward the sky, as Amani and Nyoka stand beside him. 3 generations of defiance together at last. This is the beginning, not the end. Kisimani still holds its secrets, and the people of Butangi still hold their truth. But now, they are no longer silent. The villagers chant Butangi one last time, their voices echoing like the drums of war.